Welcome to Trevor Overload.
Welcome back. We're going to get right into it, man. Actually, I want to show a couple things real quick before we get into story time. Hold on. It's my first ever piece of fan mail made by the lovely Chris, one of my great friends. She handmade this whole thing. She did the stamps. She wrote stuff on it. It is just wonderful. I adore it. I wanted to show it last time. It's my first and only piece of fan mail, and I love it. Thank you, Chris. You're the inspiration for this show. Obviously, not all the words and the topics that I talk about, because you're a lot more kind than I am, but yeah. A couple things. Okay, my disc golf bag. I didn't really show a bunch of cool shit. I got this badass puzzle for Christmas that I'm really looking forward to playing or putting together. It's like D&D type shit. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I got some boxing mitts for my kid. Like to play catch with my son. I got, I never showed you. Dude, this is my pride and joy from when I was a kid. I traded a Gyarados for that motherfucker. Look at that. Blastoise. I've had that for, Jesus Christ, since I was like in 5th grade. No kidding. So, I don't know. Million years now. Check it out. I got the Zombie Survival Guide. It's not well used because this one is actually signed. Look at that. I met him at a Comic-Con or something like that. I met Max Brooks over there, and he actually signed it. It says, "We must survive." Pretty cool. This big thing right here is a disc golf trophy I won when I played a tournament and magically won through... It was a bunch of people in the series. I was the winner. I kind of retired after that and never played another tournament because you can't get better than being the best. Love hot sauce, skateboards, yeah. All the other shit I've shown before, but there are a couple things that I usually keep out of frame that I wanted to bring up. So, anyway, I run a little segmented show. Let's get into it. First one is a story from my past, and I don't know how this one took 4 episodes to get into, but here we go. So this harkens back to high school. I've told you all the dumb shit I did was around that time. We must have been 15, 16, and me and I got Saturday school for some reason. I don't even remember what led it. I was a pretty shit student, so probably not doing homework and just being a general fuckhead. So I got Saturday school, and I show up there, and lo and behold, my cousin Mike's in it. My buddy Chase is in it. Our other friend Rudy was in it. So we had a crew of like 4 of us that was already a recipe for disaster. And we couldn't take anything serious. We were just dipshit kids. So we were cleaning up the fucking field or whatever we're doing. And I remember this like it was yesterday. Chase, this whole time is going, "God, I wish I had spray paint. God, I wish I had spray paint." It's like none of us were thinking that, because how stupid would it be if we had spray paint? What are you going to do? But so we get done doing the field, picking up our trash. We're heading back to, main office. And we walk behind the fucking auto shop, wood shop place. Chase starts rooting through the trash cans. And guess what he fucking finds? Yeah, black spray paint. Okay, so I guess we're going to see exactly where this fucking goes. So, what do? God damn it, all 4 of us. We go over to the boys' bathroom on the campus, the main one that every fucking buddy uses. And Chase takes the spray paint in there and starts going for it. He writes, in my memory, this is what it was. He writes SS, fucking Nazi thing on the toilet, whatever the fuck. And he wasn't a Nazi. He wasn't a skinhead. He didn't portray himself that way. He was just a fucking rabble-rouser. And he was trying to, stir the pot. That's what this motherfucker did. That's what he still does. He's fucking hilarious. Shout out to you, Chase. I fucking love you, buddy. Anyway, so he starts spray painting in the bathroom. I'm in there watching it, but I never get my hands on the spray paint. Something was looking out for me that day and kept it out of my hands. I think they were almost dead cans anyway. But my motherfucking cousin Mike, which I told you last episode, this motherfucker... attraction to madness like no other. He took a can, he goes over there, and Mike's the funniest, weirdest fucking dude ever. So on the stall, what does he write? In all caps, lick butt. I mean, it's so innocently stupid. How can you get mad at that? But, and then I think he spray painted the toilet seat black. So he wasn't going crazy. He was just, being a fucking stupid kid. And then we had walked over. Now we're in the mindset of we're going to cause trouble, We walk over and there's like a volleyball list of all these chicks. And there's actually, there was like a marker hanging off and we start writing on it. Oh, yeah, she's hot. I'd fucking eat her ass or, whatever stupid shit we were saying as kids. And we left it there, which, how stupid are you? Like, school's not going to come back on Monday. Anyway, so as soon as we're done in the bathroom, we walk off, I don't know, to throw the cans away. The fucking janitor, who we're doing Saturday school with, walks into the bathroom. Yeah, well, what do you think's going to happen? Wasn't us. Couldn't have been me. Chase, to this day, denies that he was involved. Little fucker. And, yeah, so he found out. We all got blasted. I mean, we're on camera. They had cameras at the school at this point. So we get called in on Monday, and I get called in, and I didn't like authority. I don't like being confronted by authority, so I immediately go into full-blown crying mode. I don't know. Been a big crier my whole life. And, I didn't spray paint, and luckily I didn't, because my cousin Mike and my buddy Chase got motherfucking expelled for that. I ended up getting suspended, so a break from school, which is cool, because I hated school already. Just for writing on the thing. So luckily I just got like a 4-day suspension or whatever the fuck it was. And those two got kicked off to the fucking moron school and had to finish it out that way. I remember my cousin telling me, I was like, dude, so what did you do in class today? And he had spent the entire day coloring a Spider-Man poster. They gave him the plastic tube that it was held in. It had 2 ends, and we ended up turning it into a bong. We named it James Bong. James Bong. And we smoked out of that plastic for a long time. Probably explains a couple things. But yeah, dude, that was a rad Saturday school. Let's get into cool shit as a kid. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about 3rd grade. When I was in 3rd grade, I had this teacher, Mr. Page. I hope you're still alive. Shout out to you, bro. And he changed my life for the better. He really molded a lot of the stuff I like now and a lot of the example I try to set for kids now. He was so outgoing. He was so amazing. He was such a great teacher, but also like that awesome father figure or like a fun uncle maybe, whichever way you want to look at it. But that was when we were learning our times table, so he taught us the 1 through 12, and I use those all the time to this day. So, I mean, obviously that was super important. I can still hear us doing it together as a class where we were all stood up. He would always reward you with like candy. He'd be the one throwing like gummy octopuses. I'd never even seen those before as a kid. Throwing gummy octopuses and Jolly Ranchers and all kinds of cool shit to you just for getting stuff right. So he really motivated you to want to learn, to know the stuff, to learn the stuff, to retain it. And he was just fucking sick, dude. When other people would go to religious release, I don't know if you guys had anything like that, but they'd walk over to like church. I don't know. I never did it. I wasn't allowed. I was a JW from a cult, so we didn't do that shit. But they'd all walk over and he'd go out. Sometimes we'd get to do like an extra recess and he'd go out and play Foursquare with us. And Foursquare was fucking life in 3rd grade, bro. Foursquare, if you were dominant in Foursquare, you were top dog at school. It just was what it was. And I was motherfucking good at it. But Mr. Page, he had an adult power. So, he couldn't be beat. He'd add little tricks and he knew all this shit. He was fly as fuck. But he'd come out and play with us. And sometimes we'd score him on him and get him out of there. And it was no greater feeling, dude. He'd make you feel cool for doing it. He'd respect the hustle that we had. Dude, he was just the best. He made up these little pattern games. I'm sure he didn't make them up, but he introduced me to these little pattern games so, for instance, he'd take like a book, and it was red in this example, and he'd go, this is the book, the little red book. Be like, okay. Now do exactly what I did, copy it back to me. And so you'd take it and you'd go, this is the book, the little red book. You go, no, go sit down. Next person, this is the book, little red book. Go ahead and try. They'd try, what am I doing wrong? Is it the taps? Where am I fucking up? Nobody could figure it out. So I ended up watching this I was just sitting there watching, like, something's got to be going on that he's doing. And then I noticed every time before he started. And bro, I got my eyes on that. I came up and I was the first kid to recognize the pattern. And it felt so cool. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps right now thinking about it. That's how memorable this shit was to me in life. And I figured it out. And he was like, yes, you got it. And I got to be the person then that was teaching it to the next kids. I got to sit up there like the teacher. This is the book. And obviously, if people don't start getting it, you start going a little more aggressive. Like, motherfuckers, come on. He did a couple of those. Like, there was one with a yardstick he had. I forget exactly how it went, but you'd have to notice that he'd cross his feet in the beginning every time. And dude, from then on, I'm Mr. Pattern Boy. I love them. I love crosswords for that reason. It's a lot of patterns like that. I love little puzzles here and there. I think because of him, I grew that love. And I think about him so fondly. I hope that he's alive. He had to be around my parents' age, so he probably is. And if you are Mr. Page, you made me part of the man I am today. Thank you, or fuck you. I don't know which one to say. No, but thank you, seriously. You were the dopest teacher ever, and really set an example of the kind of adult I want to be. And that, like, I'm a coach now, and I do all kinds of cool shit with the kids, and that's why. I just try to be uplifting and positive and just hype them up. Because that's what matters, dude. And that's the importance. And that's the shit that you remember as a kid. I'm not going to tear up, but I can feel it coming because I'm a pussy. But, dude, thank you and mad respect. Let's get into some cool shit as an adult. I'm not going to talk about fucking oral health again. But shout out to you for liking that, Sarah. But, you know, I was thinking of was how many quotes I have stuck in my brain from growing up watching and listening to cool stuff. The first one I thought of is, what are you buying? What are you selling? I know that's going to ring true with some of you video gamers, dude. Shout out to Resident Evil 4. I bought that fucking game on every console it came out on. It was like GameCube, PlayStation, whichever. Nintendo, it came out on the Wii. It came out on whatever, you get the point. It came out on everything. I bought a version on every console to play it because they added Ada. You could play from her perspective. Mercenary mode on there where you had to pick every character and you had to get a certain amount of points, just run around in a time frame killing people. Anyway, Resident Evil 4, one of the best video games I've ever played. Loved it. So yes, I think about that quote all the time. Right, you are my love. That's Hot Fuzz, the bartender chick. She says that when they're all ordering drinks. That's always in my head. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. I mean, and these, like, I don't go around saying this shit. I'm not that weird. But I think about these things all the time. Like, something will spark, and I'm just firing off these quotes in my brain. I don't typically do it out loud. This one, God, I hope anybody knows this, because I'm starting to think this was like a fever dream and doesn't actually exist. I remember it was like a fat southern dude, all white with a hat, and he was like, well, I declare, well, I do declare. I say that one out loud, actually, quite a bit, and I cannot find it on Google, so maybe I made that up, but I swore I've seen that somewhere. If you know, please let me know. I will mail you $5 and a fucking red lipstick kiss. What do you say to 3 shillings and we forget the name? Oh, and now I have long hair. I want to be Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean for Halloween. Why haven't I done that yet? I gotta do that. But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the best movies ever made. Super quotable. I'm disinclined to acquiesce your request. Jeffrey Rush. Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley. How can you go wrong? Speaking of Johnny Depp, in high school, freshman year, I was obsessed. Would do anything for a Johnny Depp movie, which led me to watching Schoolyard. Do not come at me saying it's chocolate. Chocolate has a fucking E at the end of it. Schoolyard, that movie, doesn't have an E at the end. So you pronounce it how they intended you to, you motherfucker. But Schoolyard, great movie, and the one I say from that is, it's good. not my favorite. Remember when Juliette Binoche is trying to give him a chocolate, tell him it's his favorite, and he's like, no, bitch, you don't know me that well. Anyway, so that one, and then, of course, you got Cook It, Shaun of the Dead, and if anybody asks ask me what I want from a grocery store, it's Cornetto. So, yeah, I couldn't think of all of the quotes, obviously, that pop into my brain, but those were just a couple off the top. Well, anyway, yeah, find cool friends that like the cool shit that you do, and throw those quotes off of each other, practice them so they sound good. I mean, it's fun, dude. I love that shit. A lot of the media and stuff you watch and video games you play when you're young shapes you, so fucking appreciate it. Throw some callbacks out to it. All right, at least that's what I'm gonna do. So I fucking love it. Relevant today, and I know it's like a broken record, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Oh, haha. Praise the sun! Dark Souls. And trying to cover my water. Well, I'm not doing a very good job. It's LaCroix, LaCroix, whatever the fuck you say. I don't know. But yeah, what's relevant to me today is, and this hit me really hard yesterday, is just the alcohol, dude. And the alcohol's presence fucking everywhere, and the absolutely normalness of drinking it, and everybody imbibing, and then being that person that can't, and being that fucking outsider, dude, and knowing, oh yeah, I no, I can't, I'm gonna drink my water because, sorry, I got a fucking problem with it, and I'm gonna devolve into debauchery if I even have a sip, which is crazy. Like, some days I don't think that would happen, but true enough, look at the time I just did, 148 days ago. This is exactly why I had to fucking quit in the first place, bro. I'm the guy that's chasing the next beer while I'm drinking the one beer. And dude, so if I'm coming out to get us a beer, I'm coming out and I'm slamming one in my fridge before I have to go back. So you don't know that I'm double what you're drinking. So that was how I was living. I always wanted to be more fucked up. Obviously not to be blacked out. I wanted just before that point. But I could never get it. I could never. Anyway, and then whiskey. Whiskey was my jam, dude. Kessler. It just tasted so good. I loved it to mix it with whiskey cokes. And I just fucking loved it too much, man. I'd be waking up at 9:30 a.m., I'd go out where I hid it in my fucking car trunk that I'm trying to sell. Anyway, hid it in the car trunk and would make myself a drink and slam it before my wife would get home so nobody was and I could get that buzz on. It's because I was trying to manufacture happiness. And it was just fucking sick, dude. It was a sick feeling. It was a sick way to wake up. Gagging, puking in the shower all the time. And just, I couldn't feel, I never felt good about myself, man. I looked bloated. I could see it in my face. You just really start losing who you are and start living for a substance. And it was fucking me up. So I quit. And that's what I try to remind myself when I see everybody else doing it, And I ain't got no problems if you're doing it. I get it, man. It's so easily available. It's so everywhere. There's commercials for this fucking bullshit. I get it. And it makes you feel a little happier. I know, dude. But I'm just better off being the outcast and, getting into my feels a little bit. And yeah, sometimes I have to excuse myself and go out by myself and just stay away from it all. Because, dude, your brain convinces you that you miss it and that it was awesome and that you can handle it now. But I motherfucking can't and I motherfucking won't. So I'm staying on the straight and narrow, bro. And if you need help with it, fucking hit me up. Because it motherfucking sucks, but we can fucking suck with each other. We can suck each other. Wait. But, yeah, so that's relevant to me today. I get a little down sometimes about it, but, dude, I ain't even smoking weed anymore either. It's legal and blah, 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 but, dude, it was making me so negative, and I don't want to feel that way. The best I've felt is being clear and sober and off the nicotine, bro. And yeah, I'm going to continue to walk that path. All right. And so, see, I kind of like this. The relevant, I get to talk about something not so funny, but then I get to transition right back into my bullshit, which is my outro, which is another song Oh, and what do we have today? Y'all know The Darkness? And I'm not talking, if you found out about it because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, then you fucked up. You should have known about The Darkness when they got hot back in the day, bro. With I Believe in a Thing Called Love. I ended up buying their album because of that and listened to it over and over. I really liked it. I liked how high-pitched his voice can get. Um, sorry, I'm not a singer. This comes from The Darkness, and it's I Believe in a Thing Called Love. So, I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. We'll be there. I believe in a thing called love. Oh, wow. Maybe I should audition for American Idol. My version is a little bit different. I believe in gay butt stuff. Just finger fuck my tiny little bum. There's a chance when the sun goes down, you won't notice that your fingertip is round. I believe in gay butt stuff. Ooh, wah. There you go. I hope that ruins that song for you forever too. Did you notice that I said finger fuck my tiny little bum? I mean, I just wanted to point out the nuance of that. It's a British band. So, obviously, they don't say butt, they say bum. Yeah, I know. It's not funny if you have to explain it, but I just didn't know if you could catch it or not because I'm a horrible singer. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. You know where to find me. I want you to see me on YouTube. You find me on TikTok and fucking Instagram. But those are all bullshit. This is where I want to be. So, thanks for tuning in. I'll be here next week. And, yeah, hell yeah. Have a good week.